So some of you may know, I'm an independent artist. I'm a rapper, musician, whatever you want to label it as. I produce my own music. I make my own beats. I write my own lyrics. If you don't know, I have an album out, Culture War, on all platforms: YouTube Music, Spotify, iTunes, is everywhere. Most of y'all who probably subscribe to me know that I post music, and I go on these tours, and I go on, we're not tours, but these shows and open mics and such. And so I went to Austin recently, right? And I met up with a bunch of new artists in Austin, and I met a guy there, and I'm not going to say who it is because I'm not trying to stir up no drama or nothing. Simply because I respect the guy. But I could tell that based off of his presence and his attitude and his the way he talks, the way he carries himself, and how he acts and all that, and not to mention the pronouns, but that he probably would not agree with everything I say. And we hit it off pretty good in Austin, and we were pretty chill. We're still pretty chill. But he hits me up like a couple of days ago, and he comes to me, and I could see this shit coming from a mile away. I saw it coming. It was inevitable with a personality like mine on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or wherever, that this was going to happen again, especially somebody of his demographic in terms of opinions. That he would come to me, it's like, hey man, no disrespect, but your page is kind of alt-right dog whistly. That is the wording. Again, I'm not going to say this man's name because I don't want to start no drama. All I'm pointing out with this video is more so that the topic of the conversation here is putting people in a box, right? It's putting artists in a box because of opinions. I calmly explained to him, I'm very aware of my social media posts. I'm very aware of the things I post on YouTube and everywhere else. But that doesn't negate my skill as an artist. I didn't explain that. I wasn't prepared to go full confrontational. I didn't bother. I don't care. I don't give a fuck enough to argue with people who either don't agree with me or hate me. I've been through this too many times. I've had people who say they love me all of a sudden hate my guts because they didn't like one social media post, or they couldn't take a joke, or I set a bar they didn't like. So it became about this, hey man, I don't want your legacy to be known as a MAGA rapper. And I'm wondering, I'm like, so do you watch my content? Do you watch my YouTube videos? Do you actually listen to the things I say? Do you even listen to my music? Now, these are not questions I asked when he DM'd me, but these are simply questions that I am asking now rhetorically. Because the truth is that we're at a point now where we're putting people in boxes. We're putting artists in boxes because it's like, okay, this guy's a good rapper and all, he's an artist, he's telling his story. But, look at Mexican OT. That Mexican OT, good rapper. One of the best rappers out of H-Town, in my opinion, my hometown. A bunch of people started hating on him, and he got his fan base split in half because he said he voted for Donald Trump, and he was a Trump supporter. But he ain't a MAGA rapper. He ain't rapping about MAGA or Trump or anything like that political in his music. Truth is, he did the worst thing by signing to Interscope. That's what really did it for him. Same thing with Jelly Roll. As soon as people probably figure out who Jelly Roll is, they're going to be like, oh, I don't like Jelly Roll no more. It's simply the consequences of being a human, having an opinion, and then selling out to a fan base that's bigger than you can contain. And honestly, I'm actually applauding that Mexican OT for standing his ground, because he's like, I ain't changing for shit. And he shouldn't. And neither will I. Because truth is, as an artist, you shouldn't have to silence your opinions. And the sad thing is that, like, I hate the fact that I'm being looped into a category. Like, this is a fucking streaming service. I'm being looped into a box, you know, of a subgenre that I have nothing to do with. I rap about the truth. I rap about my truth. I rap about what I see, what I hear, and what I feel like. Just because I speak the truth doesn't make me a fucking MAGA rapper. And just because you don't like it doesn't make me a MAGA rapper. And same thing with country rap. You know, I'm actually more proud of being a country rapper than I would be a MAGA rapper. Problem is that none of the country rap scene wants to accept me. So they can go fuck themselves as far as I'm concerned. In fact, just the other day, I had advertisement put on Chris Calico's open verse live stream. He listened to King of the Dead. I got a nice little shout out from him. Excuse me. And he said that I was like one of the top tier country rappers that he's heard. Like, I sound like country rappers. I'm like, bet. I may not like the fact that he would put me in a box like that, but at least I can understand that he heard one song and he complimented me enough to give me that. And you know what? As an artist, as a rapper, I can be country rap. If you want me to, I'll be a MAGA rapper. If you want me to, I'll be a corny rapper. I'll be a conscious rapper. I'm a rapper, dog. I follow rhythm. I don't follow a brand. I speak in my mind, and I do what I feel like, because I have the freedom to. Ain't no point in putting me in a box or putting a label on it. And the thing that sucks is that just because you have an opinion now, that loops you into it. You know? That's what really sucks to me. And what's worse than that is I could be speaking on political topics, because another thing that this guy said to me was, you know, I would refrain from, he said to me, I would refrain from talking about politics unless you're taking a political stance online, just because you could get pigeonholed into a category. And I'm aware of that. I'm very aware of that. But that's the thing that I'm criticizing. I'm criticizing the pigeonholing. I'm criticizing the autonomous stupidity. Ever since I got TikTok, everybody's been retarded. Every single person I've seen on there is stupid. Everyone. I don't care who you are. You're stupid. TikTok's for stupid people. I waited so long to get on there because I knew it was for stupid people. I just didn't realize how stupid they'd be. Now that I've seen it, I don't regret not being on there longer. In fact, I don't want to be on there much longer than I already am. But I'm getting numbers, that's for sure. This whole, you know, putting people, like, I should be able to speak my mind about politics. That's just how it is. But I try not to. I try not to so I could avoid, you know, dividing my audience and being pigeonholed. I actually go out of my way to do that. And the fact that it's like one social media post that I made that was non-political that other people made political. Not me. I didn't make it political. It was about, you know, some stupid like Sydney Sweeney jeans. Right? I didn't make that shit political. Other people did. I was commenting on how stupid it was. That doesn't make me a MAGA rapper. In fact, that's a complete insult to my skill as an artist, is to assume that I'm a MAGA rapper. Do you see all these tattoos on my face? Do you see all the tattoos on my face? Do you see how I sold out and was doing drug rap and all this trapping shit from Florida? No, fuck off. The fact that we would even, you know, pretend that that is an idea, that is, you know, something acceptable, is that, oh, your opinions define your skill as an artist. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Like, seriously. I work too hard to be looped into that, to be put in a box. And the fact that I would speak on politics, my hatred for the fucking government, my hatred for actual fascism, while most of these motherfuckers who pretend to hate the government, who were completely submissive and completely adherent to the government's will for the past 4 years, up until Orange Man came back, and all of a sudden now they're the rebellion. They're rising up against ICE. They were silent. They got people canceled. People lost their lives. They said, wear a mask, stay 6 feet away. And now they're like, don't deport me, please. Y'all love the government and you pretend not to. You're cosplaying the rebellion. That's what you do. You're fucking posers. And you want to call me a MAGA rapper because of one post. Completely ignoring my actual thoughts and opinions, that I'm actually an individual, that I don't follow talking points, that I think for myself. And to insult me further and by saying that, you know, I'm going to be looped into some sort of category, almost like it was a threat, because I had an opinion. This is why I feel alone. This is why I feel alone in the rap game. This is why I feel alone amongst the politically affiliated. Because you can't put me in a box. You can't put Disick in a box. I have varying opinions. I'm a human. That's just how it is. I'm a country rapper, sure, because I'm from Texas. But ain't no country rappers repping me. Fuck them. I ain't a MAGA rapper, but just because I voted for Donald Trump or because I have a certain opinion doesn't make me a MAGA rapper, dog. MAGA rappers don't want me. Hell, I've got more support from black homies that say, man, you rap good. You're the best spitter at this open mic. I've got more love from that kind of crowd just being myself, just going out there and spitting. I didn't have to force my opinion. I didn't have to argue and disagree with people. I just went out there and did my thing. This is why I strive to be better. This is why I strive to do country rap. This is why I strive to do political rap. Not MAGA rap, political rap. There's a difference. And just fuck the game, dog. Fuck the game. If I get canceled, so be it. I don't care. Never threaten me. Never come in. Here's some advice for people in the future. Never come into my DMs trying to threaten to cancel me. It ain't gonna work. Never try to insult me in my craft simply because you disagree with me. Ain't gonna work. Don't smoke crack.